The world cannot exist without water, said Saint Thiruvalluvar, the world-renowned Tamil poet. Water resources are essential for food production and for satisfying the drinking needs of the people. At present, Tamil Nadu's neighboring states, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, are denying the legitimate share of interstate waters to Tamil Nadu. So, Tamil Nadu is slowly becoming a desert. Especially, Kerala state is creating unwanted and unrealistic problems in Periyar Dam, the very lifeline of the people of the southern districts of Tamil Nadu. The objective of this documentary is to bring out the truth behind the Mullai Periyar issue and to suggest a viable solution to the present problem, and of course ultimately to get justice to the people of Tamil Nadu. At the end of the 18th century, there was severe famine in Tamil Nadu and other parts of India. People and cattle died of starvation. At the same time, on the western side of the Western Ghats in Kerala states, having an average annual rainfall of over 3000 mm, 44 perennial rivers originate and carry copious flow of water. Kerala state has no plain fields, and having a geography with mountainous region, most of the water flowing through these rivers are going as waste to the Arabian Sea. Seeing this, in the year 1778, Sri Muthu Arulapillai, Prime Minister to the King of Ramnad, sent a team of experts to examine the possibility of diverting west-flowing Periyar River to Tamil Nadu. The team came up with a positive report, but due to financial constraints at that time, the matter was not pursued. Later on, in the year 1884, the British government, after detailed investigations, approved the proposal to construct a masonry dam across Periyar River to store water and to construct a tunnel to divert the water to Vaigai Basin in Tamil Nadu on the eastern side at a cost of ₹62 lakhs. Then the construction of the dam and excavation of tunnel were taken up in the year 1887, and in spite of adverse conditions and many hindrances, the project was successfully completed in the year 1895 under the supervision of Colonel Pennyquick, a royal engineer. In the year 1886, the British government entered into an agreement with the then Maharaja of Travancore. The period of agreement is for 999 years. For 8,000 acres of land under submergence, the Maharaja of Travancore was entitled for the payment of a rent of ₹40,000 per year at the rate of ₹5 per acre. An extent of 100 acres in the vicinity of the reservoir was earmarked for execution and preservation of the irrigation works. The British government was granted the right to use all the water that flows through that extent of land and the right of fishing in the reservoir. The agreement also provides the right to use the stones and other minerals available and all the timber, trees and saplings standing on the said land. Primarily, the right to construct the dam and any irrigation structures on the said land. The right and liberty of way and passage to the officers, agents and workers and to convey the materials required for the construction works in the said tract of land were all part of the agreement. The Mullai Periyar River and the dam are situated in Devikulam Peermedu Taluk of Idukki district of Kerala state. Until 12th century, Devikulam Peermedu Taluk was ruled by erstwhile Pandya kings. Later, it came under the rule of Punjar Samsthanam in Cheranadu. Therefore, the real owner for the Mullai Periyar and the allied Tamil regions is Ponayat Tambiran and not the Maharaja of Travancore. The then British government, which ruled the Madras Presidency on the wrong assumption that the aforesaid land belonged to the Maharaja of Travancore, offered the sum of ₹40,000 as lease amount to him. The Maharaja also gladly accepted it as though he got a treasure. In the year 1956, during reorganization of states based on the languages spoken, Travancore Samasthanam was annexed to Kerala state. As a result, though 90% of the people living in Devikulam Pyramid Taluk are Tamilians, it was annexed to the Kerala state, and the Periyar Dam area, which belonged to Tamilians from time immemorial, went into the hands of Kerala state. It was on that date that the seed for this problem was sown. Water stored in Mullai Periyar Dam, built across Mullai Periyar River, is brought to the head sluice at Thekadi through a leading tunnel excavated from the reservoir and flows through a tunnel for a length of about 2 kilometers excavated through the watershed and joins with Surliyar on Tamil Nadu side. With the water thus brought to Tamil Nadu, an extent of about 208,000 acres of land is irrigated in Tamil Nadu. In the year 1956, on Tamil Nadu side, a 4-bed dam was constructed, and from there the water was conveyed through tunnel for a length of 5,800 feet and through giant benstock pipes for the production of electricity. Then the water from the tail race of powerhouse is led into the Surliyar river at lower camp. From the water received from the Mullai Periyar reservoir, an extent of about 208,000 acres of land gets irrigated in Theni, Dindigul, Madurai and Sivagangai districts. Annual food production to a value of ₹400 crores is assured. About 10 lakh agriculturals are benefited. This provides source for drinking water to about 60 lakh people in Madurai, Theni, Dindigul and Sivagangai districts, including Madurai city. For more than 85 years, until 1979, the dam was functioning without any problem. In the year 1979, Kerala government built Idukki Dam across Periyar River, about 50 kilometers below Mullai Periyar Dam. It is the biggest power project in Kerala. Idukki Dam is a notch dam with a length of about 1,200 feet and height of 555 feet. Storage capacity of Idukki Dam is 70 TMC, equivalent to 7 times the capacity of Mullai Periyar Dam. After the construction of Idukki Dam, for more than 3 years, there was no expected flow of water into the dam. Power generation was also not attained as planned. This led Kerala to have an eye on Mullai Periyar Dam. To scare the public in the region and to create problem, on 16th October 1979, Kerala's leading news magazine, Malayalam Manorama, published false news that there was earthquake in Mullai Periyar Dam region and the dam was. Based on the said news and on the insistence of Kerala government, on November 23, 1979, The then chairman of the Central Water Commission, Sri K.C. Thomas, inspected the dam and said that the dam was safe and need not fear about the safety of the dam. But 2 days later, he changed views, and on 25th November 1979, he announced to the media at Trivandrum that even though the dam is in good condition, it's better to strengthen it. Based on this, the two governments had discussion at Thiruvananthapuram, and it was decided to strengthen the dam in 3 stages. Further, to bring down the water pressure of the dam, it was decided to temporarily lower the reservoir water level to 136 feet from 152 feet until strengthening works were completed. The height of Mullai Periyar dam is 155 feet and its full reservoir level is 152 feet. At 152 feet, the capacity of the reservoir is 10.5 TMC. The front and back portion of the dam was constructed with stone masonry in lime mortar, and the cavity between them was filled with lime mortar concrete. It was decided to carry out the strengthening process in 3 stages: emergency measures, medium-term measures, and long-term measures. Mullai Periyar Dam is a gravity dam. It resists the pressure of water stored in the reservoir and earthquake forces by its own weight. As an emergency measure, in order to increase the weight of the dam, concrete capping to a width of 21 feet and to a thickness of 3 feet was laid on the top surface of the dam to the entire length. Due to this measure, the weight of the dam is increased by 35 tons per meter length. Total increase in weight is 12,000 tons. As medium-term measure, cable anchoring was done. This was done based on pre-stressing technology. On the top of the dam, 5 feet from the front side, at 9 feet intervals, 4 inches diameter boreholes were driven vertically through the body of the dam to a depth of 30 feet below the foundation rock bed. Into these boreholes, 35 numbers of 7 mm diameter high tensile string wires were inserted in a bundle. For ensuring these wires to have grip with the foundation rock, at first concrete was poured to a depth of 20 feet. These steel wires were then pulled from top and pre-stressed with a force of 120 tons. At this stage, the holes with the pre-stressed cables were filled with cement concrete. These cables, with a force of 120 tons, will hold the dam with the foundation layer. Likewise, 95 cables at an interval of 9 feet were laid to the entire length of the dam to resist earthquake forces. As a long-term measure, reinforced concrete backing on the rear of the dam and additional drainage galleries to the dam and additional surplus vents were constructed. A width of 33 feet from 10 feet level at base up to 145 feet level, embedded in the capping portion, reinforced cement concrete was laid to support the dam on the backside. With the available new technology, RCC backing was done so that the new portion and the old portion of the dam acted as a single unit. The Kerala government is often raising a hue and cry that there was more seepage in the dam and that the dam may break at any time. This is a false and baseless propaganda by the government of Kerala. While carrying out long-term measures of strengthening as recommended by the Central Water Commission and as agreed by the Kerala government, In the RCC backing portion of the dam, two drainage galleries were constructed at levels of 15 and 45 feet. From these galleries, the quantity of seepage water flowing out is measured daily and recorded. It was assessed that the seepage water flowing out is less than the allowable limit for the dam. It is an engineering necessity that from the dam masonry, some amount of water should actually pass as seepage in order to relieve the pressure on the wall face. When the reservoir level rises above 152 feet, the surplus water is drained through 10 surplus vents of size 36 feet by 16 feet. With these 10 vents, the surplus water could be released at the rate of 86,000 cubic feet per second. Subsequently, as recommended by the Central Water Commission, 3 more additional surplus vents of size 40 feet by 16 feet were constructed for passing an additional quantum of 36,000 cubic feet per second. With these additional 3 vents, the total discharging capacity of the dam comes to 1,22,000 cubic feet per second. The construction of additional surplus vents and strengthening of the dam were commenced in the year 1981 and completed in 1994. So far, a sum of rupees 18 crores has been spent on these works. The main dam across Periyar is about 1200 feet length, followed by a small mound of rock stretch, and after that the baby dam for a length of 240 feet and another dam for a length of 240 feet. When the water level in the reservoir is about 112 feet, water level touches the baby dam. When the water level reaches the full reservoir level, that is 152 feet, water pressure at baby dam is only 40 feet. However, it was decided to carry out the RCC backing on the rear side of baby dam, and Tamilnadu government commenced the work. If this work had been completed, the water level can be raised to 152 feet, but the government of Kerala forcibly prevented the Tamilnadu government from doing further works at the dam site and foisted false cases on the contractors and engineers of Tamil Nadu who were engaged in doing the work. Kerala government not only prevented doing further strengthening work but also not allowed the Tamil Nadu government to restore the water level in the reservoir to 152 feet. By not completing the balance works, the strength of the dam is in no way affected. Therefore, after many agitations and strikes, Mullai Periyar farmers approached the Madras High Court seeking justice. Opposing this, certain associations from Kerala filed cases in the Kerala High Court. Then all the cases were transferred to the Supreme Court at Delhi. After that, the Tamil Nadu and Kerala governments also joined as parties to the case. The discussions between the two chief ministers held under the guidance of the Supreme Court failed to resolve the issue. Therefore, in the year 2000, the Honorable Supreme Court constituted an experts panel. The experts panel conducted a number of tests at the dam site and took samples of material from the dam. The samples collected were tested at the Central Soil and Material Research Center, Delhi, and the expert panel submitted its report. Amidst Kerala government's interference, false propaganda and arguments, the Honorable Supreme Court delivered the judgment on the 27th February 2006 on the basis of the report of the experts committee. According to the judgment, the Tamil Nadu government can raise the water level in the reservoir from 136 feet to 142 feet. Kerala government should cooperate with the Tamil Nadu government for strengthening the baby dam. Kerala government or its officials should not interfere. After completion of all strengthening works, Tamil Nadu government can raise the water level in the reservoir to 152 feet. Immediately after the pronouncement of the judgment, the Kerala government convened its legislature and amended its Kerala Irrigation and Water Resources Protection Law, enacted during 2003, and registered the amendment on 18th March 2006. According to this amended act, Kerala government is empowered to fix the full reservoir level for all the 22 dams in their state. No other government or court can interfere in this. Mullai Periyar Dam is listed as the first item. Its full reservoir level has been fixed as 136 feet. Apparently, enactment of such a law by the government of Kerala after the judgment has been delivered by the Honorable Supreme Court of India tantamounts to a ridicule on the Supreme Court. As the Kerala government's illegal law prevents implementing Supreme Court's judgment, Tamil Nadu government approached the Supreme Court to declare that this amendment was not applicable to the interstate related Mullai Periyar Dam. In the meantime, the Supreme Court confirmed its earlier judgment, rejecting the petition submitted by Kerala government to re-examine the judgment. In the context of all this, the further follow-up actions taken by the Supreme Court appear quite unreasonable. The Supreme Court asked the two chief ministers to meet again and discuss the issue. As there was no fruitful outcome in the discussion between the two chief ministers, again the Supreme Court constituted a high-level committee headed by the retired Honorable Justice Sri A.S. Anand. This committee again constituted an expert panel to discuss about the strength of the dam. Therefore, in the dispute of Mullai Periyar Dam, the government of Tamil Nadu has been again dragged to square one to the very status it existed in the year 2000. What then is the solution to the dispute between the governments of Kerala and Tamil Nadu as far as the strength of the dam is concerned? According to engineer R.V.S. Vijay Kumar, a former chief engineer of the Tamil Nadu government who was in charge of the reservoir during the thick of action, a practical experiment is the only solution for all the arguments related to the strength of the dam. He suggests the following. By filling the reservoir, the dam's strength could be examined. There is inflow to the dam for at least 10 months in a year. In the 10 months, the test could be carried out at any time. The inflow to the dam can be regulated by controlling the head sluice or Tekadi. The water level in the dam could be raised by 1 foot in a day or to the required level. Fixing modern sophisticated instruments at vulnerable points in the drainage gallery, the effect of water pressure due to water stored in the dam could be measured. The pressure level and other parameters that the dam could withstand can be computed and predetermined. The experiment could be stopped at the level when the gauge shows the safe reading as already computed. This level could be decided as the safe full reservoir level, which should be accepted by both the states. This experiment could be easily conducted by the Central Water Commission engineers without involving Kerala and Tamil Nadu state engineers. This practical experiment is the only solution to all arguments related to the strength of the dam. In the assessment of Engineer Veerappan, former Special Chief Engineer of Tamil Nadu Public Works Department, and an eminent structural engineer, an amicable solution so as to benefit both the states can be considered on the following basis. Equal sharing of additional power production that is generated by raising the water level of the reservoir from 136 feet to 152 feet. Creation of a self-governing body, Mullai Periyar Dam Authority, and bringing it to function under the control of the Government of India, like the Neyveli Lignite Corporation. Indian Constitution Clause Entry 56 permits this. If the Kerala government refuses to settle for any agreement in the interest of national integrity, all the interstate river waters, including Mullai Periyar, should be nationalized. Sri Achyutanandan, Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, is often quoted as saying that the life of a dam built with lime is only 50 years, and that therefore it was wrong to have entered into an agreement for 999 years. This is a wrong notion. Our humble submission to him is 999 years lease agreement was for the extent of 8,500 acres of land under submergence when the water level in the reservoir is at 155 feet. The lease agreement was not for the structure of the dam. Also, no structure would have a fixed age. The structure could be improved with the new technology available as time passes. For example, Kallanai, the Grand Naked, built 1,500 years ago by King Karikal Chodan, was improved now and then, and it is still functioning well. Many dams in China and other parts of the world, constructed nearly 2,000 years ago, are still in use and in good condition. As the southwest monsoon sets in, Kerala State Irrigation Minister Sri Premachandran would start his fall propaganda. According to him, if there was intensive rain at Mullai Periyar dam site, within 3 days the inflow to the dam would be 16 TMC of water, and because of that the dam would fail. 16 TMC in 3 days means an inflow of 66,000 cubic feet per second. But for the present, a total discharging capacity of 1,22,000 CFT per second is obtained. Therefore, there is no possibility that the dam would collapse, and the Honorable Minister need not have any apprehension. It would be useful if the engineers of Kerala apprise him and convince him of this technical fact. At present, Kerala government is vigorously pursuing to build a new dam below the existing Periyar dam. For the past 30 years, even after reducing the water level in Periyar reservoir to 136 feet, there was no surplus flow from Periyar dam to Idukki dam, as expected by the Kerala government. Therefore, the government of Kerala has now illegally conceived a plan to dismantle the present Periyar dam in toto and to take all the waters of Periyar river to Idukki dam but below the present dam. The Kerala government is falsely propagating that the dam is in danger and that if it breaks, there is every possibility of danger to the people below the dam and to their belongings. Developing pictures with the help of computer graphics as if the dam is breaking and the flooding water affecting the people downstream, Kerala government is screening the picture in every village of Kerala to scare their own people. It is an established fact that the strengthened Mullai Periyar dam is many times stronger than the dam constructed by Colonel Peniquick, and it will serve the people of Tamil Nadu for many more 100 years. Even if the Periyar dam collapses, as apprehended by the Kerala Irrigation Minister Sri Premachandran. The water released would flow through the deep gorges below and safely reach Idukki Dam. Idukki Dam is having a capacity of 70.50 TMC, 7 times as that of Periyar Dam. Therefore, all the waters flowing from Periyar Dam could be easily and safely stored in Idukki Dam. The time taken by the flood waters from Periyar Dam to reach Idukki Dam, located at a distance of 45 kilometers downstream of it, is roughly 4 hours. If Idukki Dam is full, necessary safety measures could be taken by discharging the storage in Idukki reservoir to the required level, and the flood waters from Periyar reservoir could be accommodated comfortably in Idukki reservoir. The discharging capacity of Idukki Dam is 4 lakh cubic feet per second. The mean sea level at Periyar Dam is plus 2,709 feet and at Idukki Dam 1,853 feet. Therefore, the flood water of Periyar Dam will flow below the dam through the gorges of depth ranging from 200 to 500 feet without submerging or causing any damage to the villages or habitats and to the lives of human beings on its way to Idukki Dam. The elevation of the towns in the vicinity of the dam are Mullai Periyar plus 2722, Pambanar plus 3488, Yelapparai plus 3740. These towns are situated at levels far higher than the floodwater level, and the propaganda done by the Kerala government that these places shall submerge and about 45 lakh people shall perish is false and mischievous. The water stored in Mullai Periyar Dam above 104 feet level is taken from the foreshore through a watershed cutting up to Thekadi and then through a tunnel to the Mullai basin of Tamilnadu. As such, the water stored up to 104 feet level can be utilized and is called dead storage. As such, the water stored up to 104 feet level cannot be utilized and it is called dead storage. The Kerala government now proposes a new dam at a distance of about 1,300 feet downstream of existing Periyar Dam. The proposed site is 50 feet lower than the Periyar Dam. Therefore, the water level of the new dam should be more than 154 feet. Then only water could be drawn to Tamil Nadu through the existing watershed cutting and then through the tunnel. But the height of the proposed dam is only 140 feet. Moreover, the proposed dam is a hydropower scheme. Therefore, water would be drawn throughout the year for power production and the water level in the proposed dam would be far below the 154 feet, the level required to draw water to Tamil Nadu. Even if Kerala government is willing to give water to Tamil Nadu by constructing a new dam, water could not be drawn as per the prevailing topography and hydrology. The site selected by the Kerala government for proposed new dam comes under reserve forest. The Indian Forest Act rules stipulates that the Supreme Court permission is required even to cut a single tree in the reserve forest area. Under such a condition, the question arises whether the Indian government shall give permission to Government of Kerala to deforest several hundred acres of reserve forest area and to construct a new dam, or will it be a mute spectator and indifferent to the felling of so many trees in the name of conducting field survey and soil exploration by boring the terrain at 3 places of the reserve forest for constructing a new dam. In spite of all the maneuvers and atrocities adopted by the government of Kerala to destroy the present Periyar Dam, the fact remains that the dam is a golden goose to the Kerala government and to its people. Throughout the year, tourists flow at Kumuli and Thekadi and conducting boating and fishing in the reservoir fetch an annual income of more than Rs 300 crores to the Kerala government. Further sources of revenue are lease amount of Rs 2.5 lakh per annum for the land coming under submergence at maximum water level in the reservoir, Rs 6 lakh per annum as royalty for the power generated at lower camp, and Rs 12 lakh annually as salary to the Kerala police personnel engaged at dam site. Kerala state entirely depends on Tamil Nadu for its survival. 70% of Kerala state border runs along with Tamil Nadu state. Kerala is connected with Tamil Nadu by 12 national highways. All essential commodities needed by Kerala, including food grains, are being transported to Kerala through these 12 highways. There are 44 major river basins in Kerala. Kerala government has banned quarrying sand from all its water resources. Therefore, all the river sand required by Kerala for private and government construction works are being transported from Tamil Nadu. Therefore, if Tamil Nadu flourishes, the entire benefits go to Kerala also. Kerala should understand this ground reality and it should immediately stop all atrocities and false propaganda against Tamil Nadu. It should honor the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court and allow Tamil Nadu government to restore the original full reservoir level to 152 feet in the Periyar Dam. The Government of India should act in a responsible and unbiased manner without being a mute spectator watching all the atrocities of Kerala government against the verdict of Supreme Court. If the Honorable Supreme Court and Government of India fail to render justice to Tamil Nadu, the entire 5 southern districts of Tamil Nadu would face severe drought, famine and starvation deaths which may endanger the culture and civilization of the state. Therefore, the Honorable Supreme Court should take necessary steps to confirm and to implement the justice already rendered. This is the expectation of not only the 10 lakh farmers of Periyar system in Tamil Nadu, but also every individual in the state.